Kinfolk, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say what? We about to break bread right now. Give me a second, y'all. Let's get the family up in here. Um, Again, want to take this time to let y'all know this broadcast has been brought to you by some beautiful people that chose to support the broadcast. We seek to support y'all. As y'all can see, from the title, as you come in the door, we're going to be talking about Judgment Day. We're going to be talking about Judgment Day. So, appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate y'all tapping that screen. Please share the live. Save a life out here, you feel me? Save a life. Get ready, cause we finna go up. We finna go up. Let me share the live as well. With a few people. Appreciate y'all being in here. Thanks for being you. You don't see somebody you feel like should be in here, make sure you share it to them. Hit that like button, drop a comment, say what's up. But that's how we get our family up in here. Put the beacon out. We change the algorithms around here. You feel me? Let them know what we want to see. As y'all can see, again, we're going to be talking about Judgment Day. Mainly, we're going to be talking about judgments in general. We're going to be talking about judgment. Please be sure to share the live before we go all the way in. Give me about one more minute and we going in, family. Please hit that like button, drop a comment, say what's up. Remember to be asking to be more sensitive to the ways of life before you lose feeling. You know what I'm saying? Before you lose feeling. Shout out to Shabo in the building. You don't want to be out here losing feeling, y'all. Once you lose feeling, it's over with. It's all over. It's murder, she wrote. And quite frankly, for a lot of us, we opting out. We using our energies in places they ain't is best served. You hear me? When our energy is best served, used on us, and then everything else we observe, we'll be able to understand. Peace to you, show your love. We'll be able to understand. There's been a lot going on. Some of the things, like I said, I'd like to ask that y'all ask to become more sensitive to the ways of life. But I was reminded of some things last night. The slaves used to rejoice when certain people would pass away. If you know, you know. And for us nowadays, we see the young folk, blowing certain packs or whatever when somebody that's the opposition to them pass away. And we say, where in the world they get this from? I'm not saying it to justify anything. But what I will say is when you see where things come from, you feel me? And as a result of somebody being traumatically impacted, think about the many times when we was younger, when somebody would get under our skin and we felt like we wanted to do something about it, and we would be like, you know what? All right, but chill out before you catch all of that smoke somebody else should have got. You feel me? Because, shoot, what's the name? Was talking crazy to me yesterday, man. You over here talking crazy. You about to, you know what I'm saying? You about to catch that. And it's like, come on, G. We got to get to a point where we not so judgmental of our own past in life, let alone the past of others. What's up with it, Devontae? Appreciate you coming in, bro. Make sure you tap that screen, share the live for me. My family on YouTube, if you ain't already subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you get up out of here now. You know what I'm saying? We on the way to the plug now. Hope you got what we need in order to make this move today. But I'm ready to take you there. You feel me? I'm ready to take you there. So starting with this, be careful of how judgmental you are. You feel me? Be careful of how judgmental you are. Because it's this same judgment that's going to be dealt back to you. That's what they mean by this karma. You feel me? Be careful of the level of judgment or hating you do on somebody else. Or else it will become you when you succumb to it. You feel me? When you be so filled with hate, it operates within your system too. You feel me? Now you digesting this hate in your system, filling yourself with anxiety. Peace to you, Kelly G. Thank you, Victoria, for tapping that screen. Appreciate y'all. It resides in your system. So at that point now, it becomes you. Don't make sudden movements. Come on now, we going to go see the plug. Especially if you're not sure. Now, if you make a move and you sure of it, I'm riding with you, bro. I'm riding with you, sis. But again, when it comes to judgment, it's going to be hard for you to take in the proper details to make a progressive or a positive assessment to make the best judgment. You feel me? If you rush into judgment. As your unsureness, as sure as you're unsure, that will cause you to fail. Besides, rush judgments always leave out details necessary to make a clear decision. And we always got to be taken into what? To account the deciding factors. What's up with it, Victoria? You feel me? As they used to say when I was younger, they used to say, follow the money. But again, we at the plug now. We at the plug. We is at the plug. We ain't got time to play. We done pulled up, ready to get what we came to get. And today, we came to get an understanding about judgment. You feel me? Be careful the level of judgment you pass out. Because that same level of judgment will be passed to you when you succumb to all the judgment that you dished out. Recently, there's been a lot of things going on in our communities. There's people that's been passing that, this thing applies to. I didn't think about it, you know what I'm saying? But I woke up to all the headlines. And I'm not surprised. For the most part, the headlines read bad. Because there was bad headlines that you made to begin with. Now it's a ripple effect. But notice the same people that are judgmental, how they wax old. How they wax so old. You feel me? So easily. You feel me? Come on, y'all. Let's go get this tea real quick, because we gotta get it all in today. We're not gonna play. I don't even know setbacks. Notice how the same people that be sitting back hating on other people, if you pay attention or look over at them, you'll start to see, hold on, G. Who you hating on? Who you talking about? It begins to be a thing where you start to see people hating on what? Success? Beauty? These are the things they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? And this why I know, for one, from my past life, like I try to tell y'all, we done had past lives out here. Even if it's as simple as, do you remember high school? Do you remember the ways people judged you? Or the things you was ridiculed about? And when you looked over it, it wasn't really, it wasn't that. It was the immaturities. It was just something that we seen other people do. And we thought, hold on, this is what I'm supposed to do too. You feel me? For a lot of us, it turned us into people that have become judgmental. Thank you, Victoria, for tapping that screen. People that have become judgmental towards abundance in our lives. And this is holding us back. You feel me? Get off that subject of your resistance to abundance. Get off that subject. When you start thinking about, man, I don't got this, I don't got that, start thinking about something else that's more satisfying to your mind. You know what I'm saying? So you can raise your vibration. So then when you do come back around to that thing, you can tap into your other past life of being a teenager that was like, you know what? I hear you saying no, but why? You know what I'm saying? To the point you would try to find ways to break your parent down or, break down whatever you was trying to figure out to, hey, have it molded into your favor. Same thing with this life. Promise you. You can work it into your favor. But you got to be willing to revise how you think about yourself. You got to think about yourself favorably. What's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with that? Appreciate you being here, Keisha. Thank you for your love and support. Appreciate y'all tapping that screen. Please share the live. You feel me? Please share the live. Again, let's change the way that we view ourselves in the subject of abundance. And if we have resistance to a thing that's to our upliftment, whenever we think about it and we feel that resistance, thank you so much for sharing the live. When we feel that resistance, we have to take the time to change our mind or our thought process to something that is more uplifting or more satisfying to our psyche. Thank you, thank you, Miss Virgo, for investing in us as we seek to invest in you. Appreciate that help. Now we helping the people, you feel me? My bro Kev in the building. What's up with the family? Grand rising to y'all. Raise your vibration to something that makes you happy again, okay? This is your something weird, okay? What I mean by your something weird, like, for a lot of y'all know about wedding, like, things that people get together, they be like, something old, something new. When it comes to making something radical happen in your life, something of a change that's outside of the norm, you got to do things that's outside of the norm. You got to do things that's outside of the norm. You feel me? And for us, that outside of the norm, hey, it's changing the way you view things in your life. How you used to view them, it can't be how you continue to if you're going to transcend the moment. And that's what I want for you. That's why we're talking about it. You feel me? Transcending the moments. You got that right. If you're talking about being on my YouTube as well as my TikTok, yes, that's there. I have 2 different audiences on each. Peace to you though. Reason with your abundance. Reason with yourself. Why do you not feel this oneness with abundance? The reason why we don't receive abundance is because we don't believe we should receive abundance. And then when we see other people with abundance, we call it evil. We rationalize as to say the only reason why they got it is because they evil. So unless you willing to become evil at that point, you will never receive abundance. You would never receive it. You feel me? Am I coming through clear on YouTube? Can y'all put a 1 in the chat? Can y'all put a 1 in the chat? That's what's up. I'm glad bro on. What you mean he on? Yeah, bro usually on. Why wouldn't he be on? Thank you, Kev. Thank you so much, Keisha, too. Thank you, Miss Virgo. Again, change your relationship with success. When you feel like you don't deserve it, hey, for some of us, we know the power of affirmation. So in that moment, you start to tell yourself, I am, that I am, that I am, that I am. Whatever that is that you seeking to be one with, if that's, one with the currency that operates in our environment of this matrix. Come on now, remember we said yesterday, I bring my atmosphere with me. I bring my atmosphere with me so that I can give a darn what everybody else was concerned with before I come in. To the point, you gotta, come on now. This thought of feeling like you don't deserve it. Remember, we already went to the plug. We at the setup. We peeping the setup to reverse the curse right now. You feel me? Change your relationship with success. So you deserve it. So when it comes to I am that, I am successful, I am that, I am successful, I am that, I am successful, I am that. You let your voice speak louder than the things that say you ain't. You let your voice clear the room. Clear the room. When they say opportunity ain't, you say it is, and you create it. That's what I mean by going into the darkness. Because when you think different, man, I'm telling you, your life only gonna give to you what you put into your psyche. That's why we are human beings. Meaning, whatever you believe here is what you will see here. All of this is how you imagine it to appear. And that's why I say none of this is by accident. None of this is by accident. We here for a reason. You came in this room for a reason. You met at this time for a reason. Come on now. Recognize that you are your own energy field. And that's why I say we bring our atmosphere with us. The difference between a good and a bad day is what? Your attitude. So if we're going to take judgment on something, now I need to judge my own attitude. So now I can determine, how far I'm going to go in life. Based on how bad my attitude is today. You feel me? Based on my willingness to do what I have to do along the way. We too stuck in the vibration of getting dumped. So we can't accept the affections of no one. Hear me now. For a lot of us, we too stuck in the vibrations of getting dumped from the past relationship that we can't accept the affections of no one. I had to realize this myself. I was so stuck in the fact of like, dang, you know what? All right, that's over and done with. And, you know, I don't want to get so busy being distracted that I'm not doing the things that I'm doing right now to help. Because I felt like in my past relationship, you know what I'm saying? I was so consumed with my relationship that my ministry or my responsibility fell to the side of reaching out to the people, studying, growing myself on a constant basis. Because for me, this is more of being an example. You know, people say, you know, why are you talking about that? What else is there to talk about? This is my daily conversation. And I chose to put this out here for the people because I felt like, you know what? This could be uplifting. As a kid, I always thought, I said, the reason why we have problems is because we don't communicate with each other. And if we could learn to communicate with each other, we would be better for it. Especially when we really learn to what? To love each other. When we really learn to love each other. Meaning seek understanding amongst each other. Again, for a lot of us, you got to recognize you're going to get what you give tenfold. You're going to get what you give tenfold. So when we be holding back and investing in certain ministries and investing in certain things that we know are conducive to the upliftment of the whole, the full spectrum, for all of us to grow, each one of us must be cultivated to add to our environments what must be activated for us to keep thriving. Now, mind you, again, the reason why we can't accept nobody's affection, right? Because we so stuck in the rejection or the dumping of our past. And this rejection or feeling of abandonment started long before its most recent occurrence. And like the child, remember we was talking about having that trauma that you taking out on somebody else because it's done built up so much to the point if you was to unleash that on anybody, it would be totally unfair. It would be totally unfair. And it might take somebody up out of here because it's so much built up. And that's why over here at the Blacks Rehab, we encourage y'all to daily work with this warrior energy. Right now, I'm working with you. And this is another opportunity of life pleading with you to activate the greatness that is you and stop excusing yourself from your greatness by saying, if this happened, I'm going to opt out. I'm going to crash out. I'm going to say, forget all the greatness I know I should be. Come on, I should be pursuing. Again, this abandonment started long ago. So for us to put it on each other, it's totally unfair to begin with. We still playing this childish game of tag. I found something about you that I don't like so much that I want to forego my future. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, there are certain things that, come on now. These are unworkables. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that, you know what? I was sent here to be the one that you lost so maybe you can get in gear. But don't get it twisted. A lot of the things that we let each other go for, it's like, you know, like the comedians say, shoot, over 75%, everything you like. But then you let a person go over funky 25. You feel me? Nobody, when you do the statistics or you analyze what we can even observe or understand about each other, nobody is, even if we understood everything about each other, who knew everything, but I'm saying we all got to understand ourselves more to express it, so it's impossible for you to understand everything about somebody else. But be that as it may, nobody is over 75% who you think they are or who you want them to be anyway. But in order to love somebody, you got to seek understanding. So the more they reveal to you, it would just be, hey, it would be like a beautiful flower unveiling or unwrapping itself daily. If this is what you were seeking from a relationship. But I'm telling you, this is why we fail in our relationships, because we think our relationships are something that they ain't. It's a relationship, an opportunity to relate to one another. I know I used to hear folks say, boy, you going to catch that ass whoop that somebody else should have got. You feel me? And for a lot of us, we treating that person we in a relationship right now like nothing. Because we didn't stand up in the last relationship and we still holding on to that. We still holding on to that. For a lot of us, we hating on somebody else because somebody else don't like them. And we want to maintain our relationship with this other person. Remember, we peeping the setup so we can reverse the curse. We already went to the plug, meaning we seen the pinpointed issue. We ain't make no sudden moves without being sure of what we was going to do. That's why we running down these deep deciding details or deciding factors. You feel me? Think about it. All the things that we learned from childhood, the things that was here before we got here, that everybody told us just how it is. You feel me? For a lot of us, we can clearly say, dang, look at them people trying to find themselves in a book or a translation that they don't even know if it's true or not. For a lot of us, we can say that. But at the same time, why are you trying to fit into these other boxes they put us in? These other boxes that we're put in. When here it is, there were certain classifications that was given to certain people just to make sure that the resources that was given to one group of people wasn't never allocated to this other large group of people. That consisted of a mixture of people. It wasn't just one group of people that was categorized as so-called the color of this shirt. So when we get to talking about this group of people ain't us because they are mixed, then you make no sense to me. I understand there's levels to it. But most of all, to me, it starts here. Because the things that you have here will determine your actions. And if somebody else was wrong for their level of prejudice, if we continue in this manner, then were they all together wrong? Not to mention, can we go back far enough to where we see where the wrong actually began, and that it's being further perpetuated? You know what I'm saying? By the younger generations. But here it is, if we supposed to be an older generation or an older group of people, then we can't keep on doing what we always done. Come on, this is that one weird thing that we got to do. We got to do something different from what we've always done. In order for what? A transition to happen. How you going to reach a place of love or understanding if you're not understanding to others? I remember being in high school, some of the kids I was cool with in elementary school, based on the things they had seen in their environment, in the maturation of themselves, they started acting out different things by the time we got to high school. So we wasn't as cool because there was certain things that they said that wasn't cool to be saying about my people. You know, little jokes like why they call them Negroes, that type of stuff. You feel me? Then you begin to see people's insensitivity. You feel me? To the ways of life. There's such thing called emotional intelligence. And for a lot of us, we need to learn to develop this emotional intelligence to know when you are affecting other people in adverse ways that ain't necessary. If we continue to practice that we don't feel like we deserve something every time, then guess what? The things that we practice becomes our non-deserving energy. And then you wonder why it seems like every time the impact you was looking for just keep passing you by. So we have to learn to release ourselves from the subjects of resistance to new paths that we are seeking to create in our lives. That's why I say this is the one weird thing you got to do. You got to do something different than you have always done when certain called obstacles come up on you. If you always ran from the obstacles, I say face the obstacles. I say embrace the obstacle. Because once you begin to develop a certain level of calmness, then you can figure out the solutions for yourself. And it really ain't no problem. It's just another opportunity to show what you know and how far you have begun to grow. Think of something satisfying. Remember, in order for us to come up, we must do something different than we always done. In order for us to come up when most are not, you got to judge your mental. You got to judge your mental. That we don't keep going down the path in such a point that's not beneficial to the way we trying to go. If you keep on over-judging or misjudging to the point that it's like, dang, I don't even feel like doing nothing, to the point you become stagnant. Come on, that says a diseased mind. Meaning somebody that's diseased with a situation to the point you don't feel like doing nothing. And for a lot of us, that's what becomes of us when we keep on listening to what everybody else got to say on the subject. That's why I say don't keep telling people your dreams. If you build it, they will come. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Appreciate y'all tapping that screen. Please share the live. Please share the live. And again, this Black's Rehab moment was brought to you by Right On Q Henderson and Queen Wonderful. Miss Wheatbread. Y'all know who y'all are. I appreciate that love. Appreciate that. Don't be so quick to judge your own fate, because it's this same quick judgment that leads to your dismay. It's this same quick judgment that leads to your dismay. Remember, we was talking about, hey, we on the come up now, because now that we ain't so quick to make these judgments, we don't compound our issues. You feel me? We don't compound our issues no more. It's that same quick judgment that's going to lead to your dismay. So don't be so quick to judge other people, because what? They over here giving you knee-jerk reactions. They saying things that you know ain't true. So now you gotta, I gotta prove to you, I gotta tell you, you wrong. Remember, quick judgments can lead to a lifetime of dismay. Recognize we are becoming the smartest dummy. We are becoming the smartest dummy in most of these situations, because we all doing the same thing. We all doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. I remember when I was in school, I thought I was so artistic. You feel me? I thought I was so artistic, only to realize they had me drawing things that was models. Things that they had out for me to draw. I was replicating things. It wasn't until I got into my mind and tapped into the visions that was in my head. You feel me? What's up with ATL? The visions that was in my head, that I started to see the greatness that was in me, that was beginning to be revealed. I'm telling you, in order for you to grow, you got to break from that dynamic of letting everybody teach you what's what. Tap into your innate ability. Right, as sure as we can self-destruct, we can self-construct. You feel me? And that's why I know if we tap into our innate ability to learn and grow, we'll be so much better for it. And that's why we started this series called Make It Make Sense. Connect the dots of this so-called education to where it relates to us. You feel me? Give me this sense, give me the true sense of identity, of progression. Not the sense of identity that's going to lead to my election into being a mindless drone within your system. But I need to create systems for myself. Systems that would be conducive to my health. You feel me? That's just how that goes. Stop being hard on yourself. Forgive yourself so you can stop judging others. For the most part, it's the same judgment that we deal to ourselves that we deal to everybody else. That's why you see the same people that's talking crazy, looking like they waxing old. They looking like they 10 times older than the people of their generation. Or at least are the people that don't stress themselves about things that, shoot, for the most part, that don't concern them. What's up with it, Josie? But if you really want to understand how it concerns you, sometimes people become mirrors for us to see things within ourselves that we're not willing to see. So as much as we want to sit there and try to fix everybody else, let's fix that within ourselves. Because it's only but a certain amount of human function, meaning we all do the same things, but for different reasons in different seasons. We judge others based on our own mistakes. As to say, I learned, they got to learn the hard way too. Because we refuse to set an example. We refuse to set an example. So we'll sit there and just be like, you know what? They're going to have to learn too. All the while remembering how you had to learn too. How you had to learn too, but you still obviously not being an example. I liken this to when, the mother sees the bug. And if she jumps, that child would immediately respond in a way or acquiesce in a way that the mother is acting already. But if this child discovers a bug on their own, they will be in the discovery phase. And that's why I say we have to look at life like an opportunity, a discovery. You feel me? For us to explore. For us to explore. We can't keep on being so judgmental that we close the door of opportunity in our life. We close the door of solution that could be created within our own minds to strengthen our plight and our appreciation of ourselves. Therefore, the appreciation of life and everything that's in it. I think about how my father created a reward system within me. He created a reward system by way of, when he seen me doing things that was becoming of me, he rewarded me for that. I'll never forget, I couldn't have been no older than about 5 or 6, you feel me? Appreciate you coming in. Man, thank you for that investment, Queen. Appreciate them roses. Appreciate you investing in me as I seek to invest in you. Appreciate that help. Oh. So look, my pops was like, man, we finna go get them Jordans. This when Jordans first started coming out. You feel me? I'm not knowing who this man is. You feel me? I'm understanding, sports by way of this is what my pops do. Peace, Nene. Appreciate you tapping that screen and tapping in with me. By way of this is what my pops do. Please share the live, y'all. So, long story short, I'm like, okay, we finna go get him. Now, mind you, I'm just getting into so-called school. I'm finna make this stuff make sense to me, right? So, I see the numbers. I go look, we get to the shoe carnival, you feel me? When the shoe carnival first came up, I look at the numbers. I'm like, oh, okay, them the shoes you talking about is the Jordans. Okay, they cost this. Look over there. These other shoes. Oh, they cost this. Look at my mama's shoes. Oh, they busted. Oh, nah, pops. For the same price, you trying to get these Jordans, I can get these shoes over here. We can get mama a pair of shoes. And we can even get my sister some sandals. You feel me? Because they like to wear the sandals back in the day. You feel me? They ain't caring about shoes for real. So, my pops look at me. He say, that was his thing, I never understood what that was until I got old enough to see my kids do things that made me proud. You know what I'm saying? And so we went on and got the shoes that I picked out or whatever for everybody. And sure, we get home later on that night. You feel me? All right. I'm in the shower, doing my 1-2, trying to get ready for bed, get ready for school. Of course, I'm hype. I got some shoes, you feel me? I'm finna kick it. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, pops come in. You feel me? Hey, son, you in there? I'm like, yeah. Yes, sir. Well, I say, yes, sir. You feel me? Yes, sir. And he like, okay. All right, just checking on you. Apparently, he must just got home from work or something of that nature. You feel me? Because he was always working. Long story short, I finally get out the shower. When I get out the shower, why them shoes sitting on the toilet? Them Jordans that he wanted for me to have. You feel me? And at that point, I recognized that you don't have to be selfish in order to have the things in life that you may want. You feel me? Because at this point, I ain't knowing nothing about wanting nothing. You feel me? I'm just getting shoes because my parents want to give them to me. You feel me? That's where I'm at with it. But before I could get to the point of so-called desires, you feel me? That's why parents teach you, by way of what they give you. So you got to be careful the things that you give to your child. You feel me? But here it is. They teaching me we need shoes on our feet by way of buying me shoes. Soon as I go get the shoes, what's up, Miss Parker? Queensway, good to see y'all. By way of me getting the shoes, I'm like, man, you know what? Same time, let me do this for mama too. Because mama's shoes busted. This point, my pop seeing like, dang, my son has the wherewithal to think about others more than himself. You feel me? He gets the point of why we going to get these shoes, but he has the wherewithal to think about others more than himself. You feel me? Grand rising to you, Queen. And mind you, I told y'all all this to say, this is when we wonder why kids feel like there's no reward system, there's no reason to be doing good. It's because when we see them doing good, even if it's the first time we see them doing good, we don't apply that effort. We don't go out our way the same way we put that energy into letting them know they doing something to make us upset. You feel me? Be careful. Remember what we started with? When we went to the plug, we said be careful of the judgment that you dish out. Or this same judgment will be dished to you when you succumb to it. Meaning the anger that's built up in you because of how you feel about other people. The anger and anxiety built up in you because you taking so much time to judge other people, you not doing what you supposed to do. So imagine how that feel. You feel me? Now you building yourself up to what? To explode? No different than how people got to build themselves up to what? Get ready to fight, take out their anger on somebody else. Come on, this the setup, y'all. This the setup that we got to peep in order to reverse the curse. We've been being so judgmental towards abundance that we think anybody else that get abundance, they must be doing something evil. So now here it is, abundance look at you like, shoot, what I look like? Coming over there so you can give me a bad name. What I look like? Keep on, like, you know what I'm saying? Here it is, all possibilities is present at all times. Remember, this is the Make It Make Sense series. But if you're not using your senses to see it, then it's your, you know what I'm saying? It's your choice that you don't see the greatness. Peace to you, sunshine. It's your choice that you don't see the greatness. Life just keeps saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. So if that's what you want, then I'm going to keep showing you that. If that's the perception you want to keep on, then I'm going to keep on giving you reasons to keep that perception. So you have to go out your way to give yourself a perception that you feel like is more conducive to achieving the life that you want. And even when you get that life that you want, don't be so, man, come on, bro. Don't be so set in your ways, sis, that you can't see, man, this ain't where I thought it was. And this ain't going where I needed to go. You feel me? Not to mention, I'm not setting an example that's going to be conducive to anybody else that comes along this road. You feel me? I'm not investing in the things that's been to my upliftment. So now they won't be here for nobody else that come along. But then again, we're going to sit there and be judgmental of the younger generation or the people who don't have the things that we had coming along or going along to the point, oh yeah, they don't know nothing. I wonder why. When you look at some of the biggest establishments, some of the establishments that we feel like shoot is to our detriment because they market things to us that's not to our upliftment. Guess what? They there because of their alumni or the people that support them. So with every time you see something that supports you, something that edifies you, you got to support, family. We got to take these opportunities to support because even with that, there's a level of judgment taking place. There's a level of judgment taking place whether you feel like it's worthy of your blood, sweat, and tears equity that you have developed in the form of currency to reach out and support. But today we live in a real time where, you know, we could always surmise like, dang, they putting stuff on TV we don't want to see. We gotta buy this stuff in the store that we don't want. But we live in a day and time that, shoot, they gonna give you what you say you want. But we gotta support the things that we say we want when we see them. Otherwise, when we left to nothing but gossip, when we left to nothing but hatred, and things that we can't come up. Come on, remember we're going back over it. We went to the plug. We're going over how we come up. How we come up is we invest in things that are towards our upliftment in the next generation's upliftment. We already peaked the setup so we can reverse that curse. The setup is for you to think somebody else supposed to do it. The setup is for you to think, oh man, if I send $5 towards the black rehab, that ain't nothing. What? We always trying to excuse our contribution in order to keep on saying, you know what? I ain't gonna do nothing. But there is no in between. There is no in between. There is no in between. Your choice to not do anything is a choice in itself. You feel me? It's a choice in itself. And without the support and love of the people that you help, then guess what? You will implode from within. So when we look at our teachers, our poor righteous teachers, who are no longer here anymore, a lot of times because of the lack of support, you feel me? A lack of support. They might have had certain things right. You feel me? Like, you know, for a lot of us, we wind up figuring out different things by each generation going by. You know, so a lot of the elders was getting the health down pat one generation. And then a lot of the elders was getting, you know, the exercise stuff down pat or the beauty products down pat. I'm just saying, look at the different levels to the point when you get by the third generation, there are certain things that we just been blessed to know by way of our elders. So it's important that we turn around and help our elders. Don't let them just fall by the wayside. Appreciate you coming in, Mia. Appreciate you coming through, Candace. Thank y'all for tapping that screen. Please share the live. You know, we can't just let them pass by the wayside, but the only reason why they pass by the wayside is because each one of us are not investing. How many times do you pay your cable bill or your phone bill and not use it? It's like we take things more serious that we have to constantly invest in by paying, you know what I'm saying, different things on. And I'm saying, look, hey, the more we invest in this, as you see the platform continue to grow, we're getting further with the subject matter. We're going to get further with the camps, the retreats. We got to have a place for the people to go to where they can release and work on these inner anxieties that are developing within us each day. So we got to learn different systems so we can be able to release. So we don't wind up being triggered one day and we do something that we wish we never done. That we can't take back. Y'all. And the way that we avoid that setup and reverse the curses, we work on these things daily. That's why I go out my way to make sure I come on here daily, y'all. Because again, this is not just therapy for y'all. This is therapy for me. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be an example. To utilize my skills or my God-given talent for the upliftment. You feel me? Of the creatives. Of the creation. Being one with the creative force. For a lot of us, we think we just going to be able to stay in the middle. I need you to get in front of that creative force and let that creative force propel you further. See, for a long time, we've been on the tail end. And we've been having to deal with the tailspin. Oh, that's the clothes we can wear now. Oh, that's what's in style. Oh, okay, they flooded us out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say we got to get in the front of it. And as you seek to tap in to the gold mine that is you will start beating your alarm clock up. Right now, for a lot of us, we go into trance state. We don't even really want to be here. That's why a lot of times we wake up like, oh, we up again. Like, come on, G. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that, Queen. Matter of fact, let me make sure that people see that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's for. Like I tell people, my name is Gold Mine. Because the people said that. I created it strictly to represent what I seen in people. Because I feel like at the core of all of us is a gold mine. You feel me? The core of all of us is a gold mine. Meaning that if we dig in, you will see the greatness that you've been seeking this whole time. Everything you've been thinking to do, all the desires of your heart can be added to you if you just go inside to find. If you raise the vibration each time, you can rise to the occasion no matter what you're facing. No matter what you're facing. Look up people like Nikola Tesla, people that deal with vibrations, and ask them, and see what happened when they ask them about how to lift things. You have to be one with the vibration, or how to bring things into existence, into matter form. You have to create the vibration in order for the environment to open up for the cultivation of that. You feel me? So for a lot of us, this is new. Thank you, Kay, for coming through with that investment, love. As I seek to invest in you. For a lot of us, this is new. So that's why I say, come back to the Blacks Rehab. You feel me? Come back through. Every chance you get, we here for you. Watch all the videos of this Make It Make Sense series. Because that's what we here for. We're here to make it make sense to each other. And again, I'm giving my life as an example. As well as the lives that have been shared with me. Because the information I give y'all, a lot of this comes from my wisdom to not go through the things that I've seen other people go through, but to learn by way of their experiences. But best believe I got my own too that I incorporate. So, you know, we mixing it up. So we gonna get off the product. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get off the product. We gonna always be up. You feel me? Because we hustlers. Meaning we constantly seeking truth, ways to get around the so-called obstacles that seem bigger than you, only for you to realize nothing is so insurmountable that you can't get through it. And that's the part of the growth. You feel me? So that's why we enjoy growing. To the point, the pain of growing is like, ooh, wait till this muscle get through developing. Next time that problem come through, I'm running through it. You hear me? When you know what you're doing, you're able to do it more precisely and expediently. Speed kills, you feel me? So then we'll kill that noise. And now we able to feel that void. Yeah, that so-called rejection. Because all that rejection, all that abandonment is really the eternal fight within you. Of you losing sight of the greatness that is you and putting it in other people. Starting with mama. Dang, mama, I need you to be the mama I need you to be. Dang, daddy, why ain't you the daddy I need you to be? When the only thing that you can make be or manipulate the being of is you. Only thing I can manipulate the being of is me. By putting myself in the space that's going to be more becoming of me. So therefore, I bring my atmosphere with me and everybody can enjoy it with me. But if you got an atmosphere of negativity, I'm telling you, stop being surprised when that's what you get. Because that's all you focus on. That's all you express. Every time you make a decision on what video you're going to click on. Every time you make a decision on what lives you share, on what comments you make, you create universes within yourself. Meaning thought processes that you're going to have to overcome. So make these decisions. Don't make them quick. Don't be so quick and hasty to say, man, look at her. Man, look at him. Look at you. Again, passing judgment that would be better served for you. But you would rather ridicule rather than using your judgment to uplift you. Because once you get so sure in your judgment, you feel me? If you were so sure about the judgment that you pass into other people, why wouldn't you do it for you? It's like somebody telling you, I know a way to make $1 million. You feel me? But you don't even see them even working towards the process themselves. You like, hold on, what's the catch? What's the catch? So be the example and watch and see how they catch on a lot faster. Because that's what we looking to see, what works. We all trying to figure out what works. Thank you, Victoria, for sharing the live. Appreciate that. If everybody would please share the live. We all trying to figure out what works. So for one, stop being so hard on yourself about that fact. Because we all think somebody else know. So we be like, man, you know what? I'm just going to follow them. And then be mad when you figure out they make mistakes too. No different than being in school trying to copy the person that you thought was the smartest. Meaning, we all got a responsibility. Because look, if I graduated in a class full of fools, hey, I just graduated as the smartest fool. But I've been fooled in believing this is education. When education is being superseded over your innate ability to learn or to figure things out. So now you become so bougie. Oh, well, you know, I done been this educated, I couldn't dare sleep on the floor. Well, if you don't got nothing but the floor to sleep on, then what you talking about? Oh, but if you check the benefits of sleeping on the floor versus sleeping on then what we really talking about? Like, why are we not weighing the pros and cons? But instead of being taught to think, we're being taught how to think. An education. Is that truly an education in itself? I mean, in itself, I guess, you know, that's what they call an education. Yes. But I'm telling you, fear not. You do have an innate ability within you that started a long time ago. Shoot, peep babies, how they find their food supply on their own. Innately. They find it on their own. And as time go on, you will find a lot of other things on your own. No different than when I was young. I used to watch other people do things and then repeat it. You feel me? And then repeat it. So somebody peeped our ability to do that and said, you know what? I'm going to give these people things to repeat. So then I never have to worry about them going any higher than me, because this is what they're going to repeat. And as long as you keep on repeating the steps of other people, guess what? You're only going to receive the things that they received. But when somebody come along and they doing things different, and it make it hard for you to understand, because you like, darn, I ain't never really seen nobody moving like that. I ask that you don't be so hasty to pass judgment. Take the opportunity to learn something new. Take the opportunity within you to transition past this moment and do something different than you've always done. Do something different. In order for you to see the magic that really is you. The magic that really is you. You got this, champ. You got this. I love you as myself. And it ain't nothing you can do about it, as we are one. And I'm so glad we in connection. Kinfolk, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say why? We just broke bread right now. Peace within. Peace. Oh, I'm finna check out the chat. Make sure ain't nothing I need to address before we roll out. You know what I'm saying? Before we roll out. Shout out to Shay Love. Send some shout outs while we at it. Shout out to Trip C. Y'all make sure y'all check out Shay Love, Trip C, Hood Therapy. Y'all make sure y'all check out these channels on YouTube. Shout out to Keisha. Shout out to my bro Kel. Jackson came through. Okay, Mr. Jackson. Good to see y'all. Y'all make sure y'all share this live, man. Share this live. Say, come home. The kids miss you. Okay, Miss Lady. Good to know. Make sure you send me a follow. I'll definitely be over there to see the kids. You know, Goldmine, I love the kids. Don't play. You make sure the kids ready for me. But we got a message for them. What's up with it, Virgo, baby? Make sure you send me a follow so we can be friends. Ella, send me a follow so we can get this in, you feel me? Today we was talking about not being so quick to be judgmental, y'all. Peace, Nickel. Good to see you, love. You just popped up on me. Yeah, we just talking about not being so quick to be judgmental and why we so judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us don't even trust our own judgment no more. We don't even trust our own judgment no more. And it really comes from our inactivity. I'm finna take my YouTube family on a ride with me real quick. What you doing, bro?
What's up, family?
How you feeling?
What's up with it? Y'all know what's up with it. Ooh, wait there. Y'all turn up time. Turn up time.
Oh, damn, they ready to turn up on that? Okay.
Turn up time.
Okay.
Nah, we ain't turn up just yet. We ain't turn up just yet, though.
Nah. You see how they pump fake us, yeah? What you got going on, big homie?
Nah, just chilling right now, bro. Really ain't too much to do but chill in the real right now.
Oh, they finally done got you to chill out?
Mama Blood. Mimi, what's up? Hey, damn, where you been at? You know what I mean? You got your account back.
Hey, when the last time you felt like somebody was too judgmental of you, or you was too judgmental of somebody else?
Somebody was judgmental of me yesterday. They thought I was just this type of dude that's gonna come in lay everybody down and take everything until they heard how I was talking. Until somebody noticed me on TikTok. They was like, oh no, that's popcorn. Then that's for real, bro. Like they really did was like, and not only because of that, because I was black too.
Yeah. That's crazy. So has there ever been a time that you was like maybe you rushed to a judgment and you was like, it didn't have to be about somebody else. Like it might have been a decision you was making. You feel me? And you was like, dang.
I did it to somebody. I'm like, I don't want Cuz around me. See, I don't know. And but then again, when Cuz came around, Cuz was vibe, chilling this shit. You feel me? So I was misjudging people too, shit. But I misjudge people all the time because you never know, bro, how people is in the world these days, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to be around nobody, bro. I be by myself, bro.
But you know what, bro? This something I realize, man, as I get better with my understanding of my capabilities, like, I don't care who around. You feel me? Like, I'm going to intentionally be around you on my own terms anyway. But I know what I'm capable of doing, so you try me is like, I don't want to have to do it to you, but I got to do it to you. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
So, something I learned as a youngin' was, the best thing my parents did for me was found me outlets to release, like, certain anxieties I had in me to be able to, strengthen my capabilities. So, when I would be around other people that was supposed to be a threat, I wasn't worried about no threat. I used to be like, he a teddy bear, or such and such cool in them all, you feel me? But you know how it go. Scared people or hurt people, right? So if you scare somebody, they gonna attack you. So as long as you friendly, they ain't finna jump on you. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just with the bull. And at that point, we used to watch the movies, right? In the movies, as long as you right, righteousness will be on your side. Meaning you got extra strength, right? So, yeah, attack me if you want to. I got God's strength on my side. Come on, try that. Try that. Please. Please. Please, please. You know what I'm saying? Please, please. Pass the bees. Like we used to do.
Matt, what's had? I got my dog in the house.
Hey, they loading up on us, y'all. We got to shut it live. They loading up on us.
Ready, man. We ready, man.
They ready today. That's what it is, though.
Y'all actually, let's turn up.
Turn up, y'all. Turn the king up over there.
In the bag of potato chips. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Turn the king up over there. Hey, everybody in the chat, when was the last time y'all misjudged somebody? Or you misjudged something you was supposed to do? Like, you might have did something like me one time. You might have tried to jump, cross a puddle, and jump right in it. You feel me? Like God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's it, bro.
Just splash the mess out of yourself.
I was eating a chicken wing and I almost dropped that bitch and end up dropping it. Oh my God.
You feel me? Try to beat a car across the street and got hit. You feel me? Like, come on, G. You got to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And then look, once you use your judgment for yourself, you will never find yourself misjudging the car no more, because you will know what you capable of. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because we know what Steph Curry capable of. We don't know what we capable of, though. You know what everybody in the NBA capable of, but you don't know what you can do on the court. And for a lot of us, we don't even want to accept that we can't do nothing either. Because you've been too busy sitting around judging other people. Hey, look at this game I'm watching. When you going to get on the court?
What's up?
Ooh, let's go, Ella. They tried to stand over the body, Ella. Come on, we got to make it home to the kids. They tried to stand over us, cuz.
Why are you ignoring me?
Nene ain't ignoring you.
Yeah, she is.
Nah, she just at home getting her clothes ready. She got to go to court. She got to go to court. Yeah, you know she thugging out shit. Oh, man, and she let you get away with that? Nene, why you ignoring me?
You thugging out here? Not Lynn. Not Miss Lynn.
Not
Miss Lynn.
She thugging.
Miss Lynn.
Shout out to all the wonderful people tapping in with us. What's up with it, Taz? Taz, when the last time you misjudged somebody, Taz? And look, you could have. This boy wildin'. You could have misjudged somebody by way of you might have thought she was cute and she wasn't. I remember one time, bro, I was in a car Like, and don't get me wrong, everybody cute in their own way. This ain't what I mean. I was young and immature. Let me tell you this story. So one day I'm in a car with my cousin, right? We riding around. My stepdad don't let us get the whip, so we thugging. We thinking we out here. Man, first little chick we pull up on, I'm trying to holler because we in the whip. Man, bro, them looking at me like, all right, look at bro, pulling, you feel me? I'm thinking they mesmerized by me pulling the chick, man. She pulled up on me later on that day. Now I see why they was looking at me crazy. They like, bro, her mustache thicker than yours. I said, dang. And I don't know how I didn't see it. It was the daytime. I don't know how I didn't see it. But just go to show you, when you focused on one thing, that's all the hell you gonna see. So, you know, for you be getting to being judgmental, like, shoot, you chose her. Can't get mad at her. Damn, little bro over there gone. Little bro over there gone. He going on. Y'all both going on over there. Boy, stop. Man, let me let my YouTube family go for y'all be thinking I'm wild over here. These people over here wild on TikTok. Man. Boy. What dance is it? Oh, man. I love y'all as myself, family. I gotta get y'all up out here. These boys wild. Peace with them. Peace.